Previously on Dragon Age Inquisition.
The way you asked us to help find Storvacker made it sound like you were willing to break your oath.
I could say that Avar hold all oaths sacred, that no true Avar would break them. It would be a good lie. Lowlanders doubtless say the same of themselves. A cunning Thane can find a hole in the tent of any promise. A place for the cold wind to sneak in. We are bone and blood. Oaths last until they are broken.
Inquisitor.
The Hackonites were pushed back from the river.
That will put minds at ease, sir. I'll arrange patrols for the area. It's no Imperial highway, but we'll see people along as safely as we can.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
Sir?
You must have made a great impression on the Avar. Some of them paid us a friendly visit. A couple even helped repair our fortifications. And one woman brought us a barrel of fermented fish. Kenrick ate some. To be polite, he said. Well, he was a very polite shade of green.
I've news about Scout Grandin.
Baker, don't tell me. He's dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is dead.
Another one gone. Just like that. Never get used to it, do you? Maker. I'll miss him. The boy was great company. Terrible jokes, but that was a part of his charm. You know?
I should go.
Goodbye, then.
Is this where Kenrick's assistant was headed?
Inquisitor? You may want to see this. Inquisitor! I was going to send word. I found something. This inscription, almost completely faded, but... 2 stood. Felt 60 true before our triumph. A breath in the hunt, and let rest the lowlanders, worthy of the lady's care. The markings and surrounding artifacts date to Ameridan's time. The references and scripts suggest Avar.
What's your theory?
I need to complete a full survey and have Professor Kenrick evaluate the site himself. But this may be a tribute to Heron and Orina, Inquisitor Ameridan's companions.
What makes you think the inscription refers to Heron and Dorina?
It's only a theory, but the age of the markings and surrounding artifacts match the timeline we've established for Ameridan. We know that Ameridan and his companions came into violent contact with the Avar. I found glass fragments in the clay, several with slight veins of discoloration. Blue. Like Templar artifacts.
Templars?
The Templars were a new order in Ameridan's time. Given their small numbers then, few would be found outside the Chantry's reach. It's unusual to find one deep in uncharted territory, unless he traveled here for a purpose, as Heron would have.
What happened here?
An encounter with ancient Avar, and not a friendly one. Ameridan and his companions were outnumbered in an unfamiliar place. If Ameridan's not here, perhaps someone bought him the time needed to keep going?
If this is the resting place of Heron and Dorina, it only remains because the Avar took time to honor them.
Respect for a worthy adversary? It wouldn't be out of place.
What do you know about Heron?
When the Templar Order was first formed, Sir Heron was among its members. He's arguably the most famous of the original Templars, though he was never one of their leaders. He's better known as one of Inquisitor Ameridan's confidants. They'd known each other since youth.
So they were close. Friends.
When Ameridan was made Inquisitor, Heron's position in his inner circle was assumed. A few ballads about them survive. The type with adventures and happy endings. I don't know if they're true. They remind me of my brothers, though.
What can you tell me about Orina?
Orina was an alchemist in Orzammar. It's said she met Ameridan while dealing with a demon, but it's not known why Ameridan was there. Demons aren't common in the deep roads, but they were a problem for the Inquisition at the time. Orina knew she could help, so she joined Ameridan.
If she left Orzammar, that would make her a surfacer.
She turned her back on the stone, though it's said she had few regrets. Some claim she was actually from one of Orzammar's noble families, but who can say? She never used her last name on the surface, and once exiled, the family likely struck her name from personal documents. Professor Kenrick petitioned Orzammar's Shaperate to grant access to their records, but the request was turned down.
What will you do with this information?
Professor Kenrick will expect detailed notes on the location, stone and clay samples, and any trace artifacts I can find. If Ameridan's history is compiled, this could be worth an entire chapter. I might get credit on the inside cover.
Thank you, Colette.
Inquisitor.
Goat-kissing, blood-drinking, Hackenite chicken crabs! Thank you, Inquisitor. Storvacker has returned. My hunters saw what you and she did to the Hackenites who held her. In trapping Storvacker, the jaws of Hakon broke their peace oath with Stonebear Hold. Our blades are yours.
We welcome the help.
More than you know, Inquisitor. My hunters brought items back from where they held Storvacker. I know what they intended. It is not something you will like. Something few Avar would tell Lowlanders. But you must hear it. The jaws of Hakon sought to bind their god in mortal form and bring war to the Lowlands.
They wanted to send a god to destroy us. Could they wait until I'm done with the current god who wants to destroy us?
You are right to worry. This battle is not yet won. Though you have given them pause, they will try again. Ages ago, the old jaws of Hakon did the same. They brought their god to life to destroy the Lowlands. Their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar. Now they would free him and begin again.
What did you mean when you said that their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar?
When they bound Hakon to mortal form, he became blood of this world. He could hear no prayers, nor speak to the augurs. All he could do was kill. Then he vanished instead of dying. as though rendered mute, lost for ages. If they sought to free him from mortal form, I could understand. Making him attack the lowlands is a fool's work.
The Avar wouldn't like the idea of war with the lowlands.
Is that what your skalds say? It does us no harm to be feared. If our land is threatened, we will happily fight. And a raid here and there keeps both sides sharp. But we have no need of your lowlands. Not when our goats are fat and our fish are plenty. And not when the sky is torn with demons. Only a fool fights in a burning boat.
What would happen if the Jaws of Hakon succeeded in their plan?
Hakon would come to the lowlands in the form of a great beast. The Hakonites would join him, their numbers swelled by foolish young warriors dreaming of honor names. Even if war were needed, it should not be like that. With gods wreaking havoc in blood-soaked fields, the gods should stay where they belong.
You said that the Jaws of Hakon first tried binding their god in mortal form hundreds of years ago.
What of it?
In our search for Inquisitor Ameridan, we learned that he came here to fight a great dragon 800 years ago. A dragon that came from the mountains with Avar warriors to attack the lowlands.
Your last Inquisitor must have fought well to stop Hakon himself.
You're not bothered by the idea that our Inquisitor killed your god?
He didn't kill him. That would have been easier. Whatever fight your Inquisitor finished, the Jaws of Hakon started. I find no fault with a warrior defending his people.
Do the Avar gods take mortal form on a regular basis?
No, the gods belong in the land of dreams. Whether it is their wish or some augurs that brings them here, battle tears will be shed. The skalds say the Lady of the Skies took mortal form when Tyrd of Brightaxe first led the Avar to the mountains. They say many things about Brightaxe and the Lady.
Based on what we know, what must we do to stop the Jaws of Hakon?
Their hold is an old lowlander fortress. It is shielded by a great wall of ice. Magic even the Hakonites do not know. Unravel its magic, and we will scatter their bones so the Lady never finds them.
We still need a way to melt the wall of ice around the Hakonites' fortress. Do you have any ideas?
No. It is lowlander magic and nothing to do with us. Our spirit talkers are useless as battle goats. The Hakonites must have found the magic in the old fortress. Speak to your people. Perhaps they will know more.
I will speak with you later.
Farewell.
See any wares you like?
I found some notes scattered across the basin. I believe they belong to you.
I lost them in a wind and... a book. You turned the pages into a real book.
Is that all right?
It's beautiful. Here, in return, a fine runestone from the old Tevinter ruins. It's the least I can offer.
I read some of your notes. Do you really believe everything you wrote?
Everything has an explanation, Inquisitor. Through the actions of men or the gods. We're all connected in a web of amazing things. I feel it. I only need the right vantage to see it.
I could use an experienced traveler to go far and wide and write back what he saw.
You wish me to join you? Your Inquisition?
Well, no one would peg you as a spy. Just maybe write back more facts and less theory.
You'd be paid to visit places all over the world. It might give you that vantage you seek.
By the gods, all of Thedas. And you'd pay me to write to you? You'll not regret this. I'll give word to Thane Sunhair, then join your hold. Inquisitor.
Here, an offering for your father. From you.
Inquisitor, I can't.
Consider my gift to the Hold a gift to you. Though perhaps don't spread that around.
But the Huntmaster...
Said he'd accept an offering from the hand that gave it.
I don't know what to say.
Say the words he would want. Fly to the Lady in peace and come back soon.
Thank you.
I'll let you rest.
Lady keep you.
told our huntmaster prepares an offering from Finn Coldenson. Nothing more's been said. I will only thank you for paying hospitality to an invalid. I must complete the preparations. A strange turn of events may not make Colden's journey any easier. The gods measure both outcome and the actions, or deceptions, behind it.
I should be off.
Lady keep you.
May I help you, Inquisitor?
When I helped the Avar at Stonebear Hold, we learned that the Jaws of Hakon once bound their god's soul to a beast. According to the spirits, the dragon Ameridan faced was powerful and accompanied by hostile Avar.
You believe they could be one and the same? That would mean... Of course! Of course! Brilliant! 800 years ago, the Second Blight threatened a weak Orlais. A perfect time for the Avar to attack. This Avar god dragon could have endangered the Olesian Empire had Ameridan not stopped it. That explains why he would accept such a dangerous mission. And likely how he died.
How bad would it be if the contemporary Jaws of Hakon bound their god to a dragon again?
With Orlais still recovering from the Civil War and the Mage Templar conflict, not to mention the remaining demon rifts and Corypheus himself, a high dragon given malice and magic by an Avar god spirit could, hypothetically, destroy much of Orlais. At least, I hope that was hypothetically.
You're not concerned about the literal existence of an Avar god?
Not particularly. If the Jaws of Hakon once bound their god to a dragon, it is likely just a powerful spirit. That isn't to downplay the important cultural significance to the Avar, but magic does not equate godhood. Every blight comes from the old gods, which are also dragons corrupted by some outside influence. Sometimes I wonder if we really know what we mean by gods.
I'll speak with you later.
This must be the area the spirit referred to.
It seems the Jaws of Hakon would rather we weren't here.
Oh, here you are. I was just going to look for you. I have something for you. I saw it and thought that would be perfect for our Inquisitor. Oh, pants. There's a bit of dried blood on the back. Sorry.
Why is there blood on my presents?
Well, you know how it is when you slice open a gurgit. I was so sure I got most of the viscera off.
Wait, you pulled this out of a dead animal?
Oh, Maker. When you put it that way.
You saw this lying in a pile of guts and thought of little old me? Oh.
I shouldn't keep you. Have a great day, Inquisitor.
This is brilliant. This must be what the spirit meant. Excellent find. From what I can see, this is an ancillary station. Likely a scouting post for the larger structure to the east. What can it tell us about where Inquisitor Ameridan went?
I got Professor Kenrick here safely. The rest is up to you.
Lady Harding was quite nimble in the wilderness.
I'll be watching to make sure the Hackonites don't come back.
This is Tevinter, from well before the last Inquisitor's time. I understand they use such tiles as locks. Interesting, though not likely related to Ameridan. This is Elven. I believe it's the word for light. It's some sort of clue to this barrier. Not sure how. Theneros. The Elven word for dream, I think. Well done. Well done indeed.
That's something you don't see every day.
A pair of shrines. This one is clearly Andrastian, albeit from a very early period, likely pre-divine. But this is Elven, one of their gods. What was it? Every mother finds Druffalo among sleeping juniper groves. G something, the one with the deer.
That would be Gillenan, mother of the Hala.
Yes! Brilliant, thank you. Oh, that would have bothered me all day.
2 shrines for 2 lovers. Inquisitor Ameridan and Talana. Maybe Talana was an elf.
Oh, yes, that's good. The Chantry expunged references to elves before the Exalted March on the Dales. They erased the Canticle of Shartan. They must have done the same to Talana.
The Chantry should not rewrite history to cover up inconvenient truths.
Regardless, the important thing is what this tells us. It's not a burial site. That much is obvious.
Look at those flowers. They're not native to the area. What if they were left at the shrine as an offering?
Yes. A night of prayer before battle against the dragon. But then where? Where? We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, where did you go?
Professor, look at this. Shartan 10-7 and Transfigurations 10-1.
Shartan is dissonant. And before them, empty, outstretched, lay the land which led to the gates of Minrathous. And Transfigurations is, the light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. Why these verses? Why would Inquisitor Ameridan take the time to carve this before going into battle?
Gates of Minrathous. Isn't there a Tevinter fortress in the area?
Yes. Oh, of course! The ritual site! To seal the dragon away, Ameridan's elven mage must have used a spell at a site of great power.
My scouts have checked the fortress. It's sealed behind a wall of ice. It has to be magic.
Let's look around. Ameridan found a way through that ice, so that way should be nearby.
Behind them?
And every lock has a key.
Like these trail markers. Ameridan must have known how to use them. If they can melt through the ice, that must be where Ameridan sealed away the dragon.
I'll follow the markers and see what we can find. Hopefully this removes the wall of ice around the Tevinter fortress.
Given that the trail markers retain enough energy to illuminate one another, I see no reason to worry.
But there's still a wall. Light doesn't make walls go away.
Looks like we're waiting.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You're taller than I am. 800 years is a long time to expect a path to stay pristine. We'll have to find another way. I finally found someplace I hate even more than caves. That's a first.
Not far to that old Vint fortress now.
You know what I like about you, Chuckles? Your boundless optimism.
It's comforting that whatever qualities I lack, you'll invent for me, Varric.
No, really. Why else would an elven apostate help crazy Chantry folk close a hole in the sky?
When you put it like that, I must concede your point.